Guys, welcome to Moments with Melody. I am Melody Thompson, the founder and therapist for Creative Care Solutions. Thanks for joining me on today. I know that this is a little different because I don't normally do a Moments with Melody on Mondays, but I tried to do a second edition on Friday when I posted, and there were some technical difficulties with that edition, so I had to take it down and decided to redo it on Monday. But the message is so important that I just wanted to make sure I jumped back out there and got it out to the people who need it. So this Moments with Melody is actually entitled Don't Get Stuck. So I am going to give you guys 2 tips on how not to get stuck in a bad relationship. This Moments with Melody is actually geared more toward 18 to 23-year-olds. I just wanted to speak to that population on today because I remember what it was like, and it is one of the best times, I think, of our lives, but it also can be a little difficult at times because we are kind of in that transition period of understanding fully what it means to be an adult and making adult choices, right? Because we're literally coming right out of high school and we are making decisions that will impact our lives, such as if you're going to go to college, sometimes it's about where you're going to live, what kind of transportation you will have. But there are all kinds of big decisions that are made during that time of our lives, and they are impactful decisions. One of the decisions that we don't look at as being impactful to that degree is our choice in who we are dating during that season. But the reality is that it can also still be very impactful if you make a poor selection, especially if you feel like you are stuck in that relationship and you're not really sure how to get out because you've been in it for so long. So I wanted to talk to my 18 to 23-year-olds and try to give you guys a little bit more insight than I know I had at that age, so that you guys can make some really good choices so that your life can flourish, and any impacts that it would have, it would be beneficial to your life. So again, I'm going to give you 2 quick tips on how to avoid getting stuck in a bad relationship. So the first tip is to actually have criteria. I know it sounds real basic, but I know that when I was that age, I never really thought about what kind of person I wanted to date. Right? Most of the things that I thought about was how attractive this person was, or maybe if they made me laugh, or how well we got along, something like that, which those things are all important, but there are other things that I know I left off the list and you may be leaving off the list too, right? So the criteria you're using has to be based on something of substance. So you want to look at whether or not this person is ambitious, if they are just a dreamer, or if they're a person who is actually going after the goals that they have in life. If they're a hard worker, how they treat other people, especially their family members and their mom. But you want to think of things that have substance to them, and you want to add that to your criteria list so that when you are making a selection, then it will be a selection that is good short-term and long-term, just in case. The other thing you want to do is know yourself. You want to make sure that you know what kind of person you are, so you understand what kind of person would be good to be with you. We all have different things that are going to be good and bad about ourselves, but we want to find somebody who is complementary to who we already are. The only way you can find somebody complementary to yourself is to know yourself. So you want to really take out time to reflect and to just really get to know who you are, so that when you're, again, making a selection on who you want to date and who you want to be in a relationship with, you are picking somebody who is complementary to you. The other thing is that when you are establishing this criteria, you want to separate the deal breakers from the things that you are more flexible about. For example, some people may say a deal breaker for me is somebody who is not Christian, right? Because I am really into my religion and I practice Christianity. And so I only want to date and be in a relationship with somebody who also practices this. And so for that person, that would be a deal breaker. Whereas somebody else might say, yes, I am Christian, but that's something that's flexible for me. I'm willing to date somebody who is not necessarily Christian, although I prefer somebody who's Christian. And so that would be considered a flexible mode of criteria that you have. So you want to just make sure you're separating your deal breakers from the ones that are flexible, so that you can kind of rule people out very quickly. Because if they are breaking the deal breakers, then you obviously want to move on and find somebody who is more complementary to what it is that you are looking for. Somebody who aligns better with the criteria that you have for yourself. Okay, so that was the first tip. The second tip is you want to take it slow. You don't want to jump into being somebody's boyfriend or girlfriend. You have time. You want to get to know this person while you're getting to know yourself, because when we take it slow, we are able to see if somebody is just pretending to be somebody that we want to be with, or if that is who they really are. So it's okay to date for a while. It's okay to kind of get to know somebody before you decide, I'm going to be in a relationship with this person. I'm going to call this person my boyfriend. Or I'm going to call this person my girlfriend. Another thing is that when you're taking your time during the dating process, it gives you time to also get to know yourself. As I said, this is really important because, again, knowing yourself helps you to determine what criteria are going to be important for you when you are dating. So you want to make sure that you have time to do that. You want to do it before you're dating. And if you haven't figured it out, you definitely want to make sure you're taking your time while you're dating, so that you don't end up with somebody who is not really a good match for you. So those are my 2 tips for helping yourself not to get stuck in a bad relationship. Again, you want to have criteria and you want to take your time when you are making these choices, because again, these choices could be very big hindrances as you continue on in your life. A lot of times, again, at 18 and 23, we really don't understand how they can impact us. But if you get in a bad relationship, this person could be the difference between you being successful and unsuccessful in life. So you really want to make sure you are taking your time when you're making these choices and you're thinking about the things we talked about on today. So again, if you will apply these 2 things, then you will be closer to ensuring that you don't get stuck in a bad relationship. If you struggle with any of the things that I talked about or have questions about them, feel free to contact me. All my contact information is in the description bar. I will be happy to help you. If you happen to know somebody between the ages of 18 and 23, please share this. I really want this information to get out because I want to help somebody avoid making a bad choice that could be life impacting. Okay, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I have enjoyed myself. I hope you have too. And I will see you guys next time.